All right, guys, who's ready for Fisher Price? Red Mages, are you ready for Fisher Price? That's how all the Wheel of Fortune games are on NES. Colic. Yeah, I don't know why they made it so short. I guess to make it challenging, but it's kind of silly. Fisher Price Perfect Fit, the first of two Fisher Price games. It's developed by. This is okay. Now, here's what's interesting about these games. This is also published by GameTek, the same as Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune, so GameTek published, or they released 3 games back to back in March in 1990. The Wheel of Fortune Family Edition, and then these 2 Fisher Price games, which there's going to be one right after this one as well. There's 2 in a row. But here's what's interesting about these 2 games. They're developed by Beam Software, makers of Shadowrun, Super Nintendo Shadowrun, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, and Blades of Vengeance, one of my favorite Genesis games. But they were awesome in the 16-bit era, but Beam Software basically sucked in the 8-bit era. They made a lot of licensed garbage, like the Back to the Future games, etc., etc. So, don't expect this to be good. This is not going to be... Yeah, we'll see, Red Mages. I'm going to do my best. Perfect Fit. Perfect Fit. It's not under Fisher Price. What is the game? Oh, it's just called Perfect Fit in my list. Okay. I mean, the full name for the game is clearly Fisher Price : Perfect Fit. All right, well, this should be it, right? When a game starts with exciting music like this, I can't help but get excited. Nice, Beam Software, nice. So the opening music is what is it? Something something had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, and on that song. This is Three Blind Mice. Let's get the instructions. To match and fit each puzzle piece into its silhouette. Player levels level 1. Yeah, a 4 or 5-year-old kid would definitely be able to read these instructions. A simple match and fit game with no flips. There is no time limit to solve 3 puzzles. Good thing you let us know there's no time limit. Oh, there is a time. Level 2, there is a time limit. 6 minutes to solve the 3 puzzles. This game is aimed at preschoolers or young kids. Probably no older than 8 or 9 years old at most. Who would not be able to read this. These overly worded, confusing constructions. I don't even want to read them. I don't need... What the hell? What kind of instructions is this? You need to have all this text to say to put a piece in the hole? That's all there was that much text. What the hell? What? Let me see that again. What the hell? E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a colic. E-I-E-I-O. With the colic here, Red Mages there. Everywhere, Red Mages. You have to wait through this. You can't skip this. You cannot skip this. You have to wait for it. The letters to come and fit in. What happened to the instructions? What happened to the... I want to see the instructions again. Could be for the parents to read. Maybe that was their reasoning. The parents who bought this game for their kids. But parents just want to sit their kids in front of the TV and, you know, go make a sandwich, so they don't want to have to. It is bad design. Oh, there's the instructions. Just want to see this again. Oh my god, look at all. To match and fit each puzzle piece into... Let's read all of these. Into its silhouette. 1 player, a simple match and fit game with no flips. There is no time limit to solve 3 puzzles. 2 players, a simple match and fit game with no flips. There is no time limit to solve the 3 puzzles. Player levels, level 2, 1 player, a simple match and fit puzzle with flips. There is time limit of 6 minutes to solve the 3 puzzles. The timer starts at 6 minutes and counts backwards to 0 minutes. No flips! Oh, that's me! The players try to improve their score each time they play by using less time. 2 players, a simple match and fit puzzle with flips. There is a time limit of 6 minutes to solve. Good thing they typed it out twice for the 1 and 2 players, though. The timer starts at 6 minutes on each player's turn and continues where it left off on the next 2 turns until it reaches 0 or the player solves the 3 puzzles. Player levels, level 3, 1 player, a large match and fit puzzle with flips. There is a time limit of 3 minutes to solve the 3 puzzles. Timer starts at 3 and counts backwards to 0. Player try to improve their score each time they play by using less time. Players level 3, 2 players, a large match and fit puzzle with flips. There is a time limit of 3 minutes to solve the 3 puzzles. Timer starts at 3 and each player's turn continues where it left off until the next 2 turns until it reaches 0 or the player solves the 3 puzzles. How to use the buttons. The arrow buttons, up, down, left, right, on the control pad. This one, oh my god. I skipped. Now I don't know how to use arrows. I skipped the arrow controls. Use the arrow buttons to find your letters in your name. Press button A. You have to find each letter. When you're finished, go to end. How to enter your name? Go to end and press button A. If you make a mistake and want to erase a letter, go to del, in parentheses delete, then press button A. Gameplay. 1 puzzle pieces drop down and shoot 1 at a time. 2. On level 1, use the arrow buttons to move the puzzle piece toward its silhouette. Press button... I feel like we've been explaining this already. Gameplay continued. 3. On levels 2 and 3, use the up or down arrow buttons to move the puzzle piece into a flip box if the piece needs to be flipped. Press button A, then move the piece to fit its silhouette. Press button A. 4. If the match is correct, another puzzle piece will appear or a current puzzle will end. If the match is incorrect, a beep will sound. Try again. It's a good thing this is all spelled out, because it sounds very complicated. Without these really insanely detailed, highly spelled out instructions, like how would you know any of this? Number 5. After 3 puzzles are completed, the game is over. Man, and people think modern tutorials are bad. 6. In the 2-player game, the player who solves all 3 puzzles in the least amount of time is the winner. 7. Top scorers will go into the Hall of Fame. Scoring. There is no scoring in level 1. It's like the entire instruction manual has just been, like, transcribed into the game word for word. There is no scoring in level 1. Perfect fit points are calculated for levels 2 and 3 in the following way. Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna spell my name. Oh, I don't have enough spaces for the name I want to put in. Flipper Price. Can't be Flipper Price. I'll be Flipper P. Flipper? Yeah, I'll be Flipper. Okay, let's do level 1. I did it. Perfect fit. As far as like a game for like little children to like teach them things, what is this teaching children anyway? Like, what's the point of this game? Obviously something to give your like 4 or 5-year-old, but what's the point? Do you learn anything from this? This seems like it's for preschoolers. Except you like they wouldn't be able to like the buttons are not intuitive, even just getting like entering the name. They would need an adult to play with them and get them to this point. So, aside from that, isn't this... Aside from maybe like a very specific age of like 3 and 4-year-olds? Oh my god, these overcomplicated menus. If you would like to play again, why not just put me back on the menu from before? What the hell? I want a new level, but I'm the same player though. What? Oh, you can play against a computer. I'll do that later. Okay, I'm just gonna be F from now on. This is ridiculous. It takes you out of the... You gotta re-enter your name every time you play the damn game. It's almost like this is badly designed and a misconceived, poorly devised, poorly conceived program that doesn't even fulfill its purpose. Except maybe, like, to get just parents to buy something that they think their children... Like, oh, it's an educational game for my children. And they probably played it for, like, 2 minutes and got tired of it because it doesn't work very well. Now you can flip images. So I guess that is teaching children about flipping. And there's a timer. You can play for score. This game's trash. It doesn't even have like any kind of cool presentation. Like it has no presentation. There's no graphics whatsoever. This is clearly churned out. The text is different. This is clearly churned out in like a day or something by the developer. Like this is just straight up a trash game. Like this is trash. It's not even fun to mess around with. Even for like a second, this game is not... There's nothing of value except to marvel at how stupid this is. It's gotta be worthless for whatever, like as a game for like preschoolers or whatever, like this is... No one would want to play. It's like overly basic and simple and slow and stiff and like bland for kids. Doesn't seem like it would teach you anything. A little kid would enjoy it. I highly doubt a little kid would enjoy this. This is the textbook example of like bad educational software that like no kid would want. Like, there's nothing fun about this. It's too primitive. It's too primitive and, like, bland. Like, it's extremely basic and primitive. There's no flair to it. There's nothing that would, like, excite a child. It's just tedious, like, moving these pictures in an obvious way. I mean, the flipping takes a little bit of brain power, but... I guess it's maybe engaging your brain a little bit, but no kid is going to want to play this for more than 5 minutes. They're going to want to go back to Mario. Yeah, this is just like textbook bad educational software that's like extremely low effort, just cranked out garbage that probably very, very few kids enjoyed. Maybe some parents bought it for their kids, and I bet the parents regretted it. I bet 99% of parents who bought this for their kids, it was a waste of money and they regretted it immediately. Like, did this even sell? It's hard to, I mean, I guess there was a lot of people with NESs, it's a very popular system. I'm sure there was a fair amount of, like, parents who maybe were looking for something for their child and it was, like, the hot new thing. Yeah, I don't know, they might have conned some parents with this. But I feel like this is, like, bottom of the barrel NES game. I'd never tried this before. I'd never played this. This has gotta be bottom of the barrel. Just absolute. We've seen other educational games than this. There's nothing this bad. Oh, there's the Sesame Street games are not really good games either, but they're way better than this. They at least have a little bit of effort into them. They have more variety. They seem like they could be like a tiny bit fun. And at least they have like a little bit of graph. This has got nothing. Let's try to play against the computer now. Oh, dude, I don't want to play against the computer for 3. What? How do you play against the computer? Is a computer like? What does that mean? Is the computer gonna like take a turn making matches while we watch? What's the point of that? What was the point of having a mode like that? Is that good for kids? I said gaming magazines. Well, there's no I mean, basically, there's never been any way to get reviews of games that is particularly reliable. At least gaming magazines back then, at least they were made by gaming enthusiasts that knew a little bit more about games than what you get out of like magazines today. I don't know where. I guess you know. You're just gonna watch. You're just gonna watch the computer. You're gonna watch the computer just get it wrong. That's the 2-player mode. Just sit here and watch the computer. Why is this in the game? Why is this in the game? What's the point of this? So badly conceived. I mean, I guess the thing today is you have Let's Plays, long plays, YouTube videos you can look at, and those are always going to be superior to like game reviews for like figuring out if like a new game looks good or bad. You didn't have that. You didn't have that. Back then. Teaching what, though? What is it teaching? To, like, just sit here and, like, watch a computer, like, do the obviously wrong shapes? A little difficult. The actual game itself seems fine. I mean, like, the issue would be the controls. If there's something like this kind of needs to be done with like a mouse, really. But like like all the menus and stuff to get into here is ridiculous for like a kid. But the actual game itself is like just nothingness, and a child would get bored of this in 3. I mean, maybe like a 4-year-old. Like the type of children that maybe could possibly get some enjoyment out of something really, really simplistic like this. The game is like, the controls are going to be too hard for them. And any children older than like 4 or 5 are going to be bored of this in 3 minutes. They'd rather play Mario. So, there's completely no point. And this is absurd. Having a 2-player mode where the second player is a computer and you just watch them like slowly do it wrong. Makes no sense. This is like one of the worst designed video games I've ever seen. Nice music plus surprisingly good gameplay and level design graphics. What? Who wrote that? Hey, Sandbag. You're still here. How's it going? Well, I mean, I wonder if this did get reviewed in gaming magazines back then. But the thing with, like, this is the kind of game that would be immune to reviews, though, because this game is for dumb parents walking in. I mean, not really dumb, but, like, innocently, you know, naive parents going into a store, not knowing any better, trying to, like, thinking, oh, this is for my children. And thinking that they're good parents for, like, you know, no, or just not knowing any better. It's a parent trap game. So it's probably, they're not gonna, the type of person that would have bought this would never have looked at a gaming magazine for even a second. To the music. The music is just like these preschool songs. I'm a champion. Electro is the name of the computer, that's funny. Yeah, I'm a champion. I guess I won the game then, I'm a champion. Gertrude's Secrets on DOS? No. I've not seen Elmo's Adventure, no. There's a lot of bad edutainment games and like games for kids, games that are aimed at like small children, but I feel like this has got to be among the worst. It can't be much worse than this. Poke Jed Servo. I don't know what he was smoking. That's funny, Sandbag. You did it. You are a champion. Alright. We obviously beat the computer. We obviously got more points than the computer. So if I do same... It's just the same thing, right? Like, that's it. That's all the modes. I'm not going to do the mode against computer in all 3 difficulty levels. It's completely pointless. We finished all the modes on the most difficult level that they have. Correction, Sandbag. It was released for one of those purposes. The other purpose is not real. I'm pretty sure, Colic. If you do 2 players, let me see. I mean, we can't really do the 2-player mode. That's all the content. Like, the 2-player mode is just the same games, but just with 2 players. Just like with the computer playing, except the second player controls it. So, like, the game is extremely bare bones. Like, it is almost no content. They probably, like, whip this up in a couple hours. There's barely any graphics. There's no content. It's badly designed. What's in the game is not fun for anyone. It fails at its purpose. It's not really amusing for me to play for even like a second. I mean, stuff like this is usually, there's like a little bit of amusement at least in checking out like the Sesame Street games. But this is just complete trash. That's trash. And now we gotta check out the second one. Let's rate the first one. That's just... the QA. There's a GameFAQs guide. Yeah, there's the second one. All right. All right, here comes the fun part. What do we rate this? Is this one of the worst games I've ever played? Yes. This clearly deserves to go on to the worst games of all time list. Do you guys agree? This is trash. This is absolute trash with no merit whatsoever. It's completely worthless. I'm gonna say I have to imagine that anybody who bought this for their kids pretty much are guaranteed to be disappointed or to feel like they wasted their money. The kids probably got nothing out of it. It's a classic example of like extremely low rent edutainment that was like extremely low effort. It's not at all well designed for its purpose. It's ill-conceived to begin with. The fitting things into shapes is maybe that's a good idea, but I think you need a bit more of that than that for like a game, for a learning tool. If that was like maybe one mini game in a couple, it might be okay. See, music is also trash. I mean, the music is bad. It's annoying. It's obviously just like they threw in those stereotypical, well-known like preschool songs because it fits the theme of the game, but in actuality, it's just annoying. Um, I technically beat it. It's another game I've beaten. Well, it can help to inflate my numbers of total games beaten, so in that way, it's good. It's just absolute total trash. To a music? No, I'm giving it a 1. I'm giving it a 1. All right, and that means it gets to go onto the worst games of all time list. I'm going to look at the games of my worst games of all time list, and I'm going to see if it feels like it fits there. I think it does. Let's see, so it's got to be... That means it's... I'm saying it's worse than the Gundam games. I think it's fair to say it's worse than these. As much as I really find these games to be super unfun, they at least have a slight amount of effort put into them, you know? More than one song. I mean, that doesn't matter when, like, it has, I think it has like 2 or 3 songs, but the amount of effort put into those songs is less than like one mediocre song in like a normal game. You give an 8. Why is that, Sandbag? Oh, it's clever. It's clever, Sandbag. I'd probably rather play Kari Warriors. Let's see. Oh, the this was SD Gundam World 2. I put the original Gundam games I put down here. Hmm. Why is the alignment all messed up on these? All right, let's see. Do I want to put it lower than Fleet Command, Pachicom Fleet Commander? No, I don't think it should be this low. Maybe it should be a bit higher than this. But below the Gundam games. It feels to me like it should actually be like right here around Fleet Commander. Maybe I'll put it like right here. I'll put both of them here. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It remains to be seen if the second Fisher Price game is like better in any way. Maybe its gameplay makes it better. But Fisher Price, Perfect Fit. We got a new entry for the worst game of all time list. That was just the Famicom list. That's the bottom. It's in the bottom 5 of that. So I ranked it. The decimal I gave it was 0.23. Let me see. Where's that going to put it? That means it's going to get to number 6 on the worst game of all time list. It's going to be number 6. Guys, do you think that that's fair? was that I mean, I haven't played every game, so there's plenty of games there's probably tons of games that I would add to this list if I only played them. But does this seem like it belongs in the bottom? Uh-oh, Tag Team Pro Wrestling got bumped off the bottom 50. Uh-oh, Tag Team Pro Wrestling, no longer one of the 50 worst video games of all time. Replaced with Fisher-Price. I think to be on the worst game of all time list, it's a perfect fit. Mortal Kombat for Game Boy. Well, I didn't. The list does not say it's the worst of all time. Mortal Kombat for Game Boy is like, it's like way up here. That's like way up here. Wait, which one? This one, Mortal Kombat for Game Boy. That's not. I didn't say it was the worst. I said it was the number 45th worst game that I've ever played. It's just barely in the top 50. Mortal Kombat for Game Boy Advance is the worst. For Game Boy Advance, maybe it is. Maybe I should play them back to back. Game Boy and then Game Boy Advance Mortal Kombat, and we could see. Maybe I should play every port of Mortal Kombat sometime. Well, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm in the middle of Fliptendo. Yeah, but that sounds like a good idea. Remind me later, Sandbag. Anyway, Mortal Kombat 4 on Game Boy Advance. I played that. That made onto the top, the bottom 50. You remind me now? I'm busy. But thank you. Thank you for your reminder. All right. That was Fisher-Price Perfect Fit. Wow. Wow.